Hello, everybody, and welcome to this very special video with me, Robbie Fleming, and my good friend Cody House. Hello, Cody.
Hey, Robbie. Thanks for having me. Always a pleasure.
Thank you, thank you. It's a pleasure to have you on. So, you know this, and I've told obviously most people, but I've been reshuffling the Fleming Awards so that everybody voted on. Because when I started the Fleming Awards, I was picking them myself like a naughty boy, but now I've gathered a good little committee. We kind of pick who the winners of each Fleming Award is now.
Yeah.
Yes, make it fair. And I thought we would do a couple of these kind of episodes where we look at like the time period and rank the best film winners, and soon we'll do best animated film, best international film, and the new category I've added in best British film. Yes. So today we are ranking the winners of the 2010s movies. Cody, do you want to talk about these movies quickly in chronological order?
In chronological order.
Yes.
So the films that we'll be ranking from our favorite to least favorite are just our top 10 are going to be the films that won your Fleming Awards through 2010 to 2019, which is Inception, Hugo, Django Unchained, 12 Years a Slave, Birdman, Mad Max Fury Road, Hacksaw Ridge, Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, The Favorite, and Parasite.
Yes. Yes. We have matched on the Academy three times.
13, 19, 14.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So do you want to take it away, Cody?
Sure. My number 10. I was quite surprised of this one. I know it was nominated for Best Picture the year it came out at the Academy Awards, and I know people that love this film, but for me, this is not one of my favorites by this controversial director and actor, but it is an inspiring true story. And it really is the lead performance by Andrew Garfield and the story itself that elevates the film from its I would say it's a little overly melodramatic, but it's still a good movie, and that's Hacksaw Ridge.
Sweet. We'll talk about that a little bit later, so that's a little bit high on my list. My number 10, I don't know whether this will be your number 9 because I know this is quite an important story, and I do think this is a well made movie, but I've only seen this one twice. It's hard to rewatch this one because of its obviously subject matter. But it's an important story that everybody needs to see at least once, and it's 12 Years a Slave.
It's a little bit higher on my list. It's not quite my number
Yeah. What will be your number 9? We'll go into the film when we match.
So I'm pretty sure my number 9 is going to be higher on your list because you like this director more than I do. But this is a very clever and inventive film, especially its use of its camera angles and cinematography. I also love that the lead actor is basically playing a fictionalized version of himself, and that is Birdman.
That is a lot higher than mine.
I thought so.
Yeah, yours might be higher. My number 9. This one is made by a director I do like, and this is the movie that got me into him. It's got a fantastic performance from one of my favorite actors of all time. Another sporting point from one of my other favorite actors of all time, and it's The Favorite.
Also higher up on my list, yes.
Yes, yes, yes. We're struggling to match or equalise. I'll watch your number 8 then.
My number 8 is definitely higher on your list, I know for sure, because you really love this movie. I think it's quite good as well. I think the ending is a little, I'm not so excited about how it ends abruptly, but I do love the lead performance. It's a powerful, amazing performance. It's a very funny, even though it's kind of a dark humor. It's definitely with the subject matter of this film. I just think he's made two films that are better than this one, and that's Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri.
That's not too high.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. But my number 8 is by somebody you really love. And this is completely different to all his other movies because this film was intended for children and it's Hugo.
Yeah, that's higher on my list.
Sweet. Sweet. We're not really doing well here today. We seem to be having like different opinions.
Oh, different preferences, I guess.
Yeah, different preferences. So what's your number 7?
My number 7, you already mentioned it. Was it your number? I think it was your number 9. It was 12 Years a Slave.
That was my number 10. Yeah,
Your
so
number 10.
let's talk about 12 Years a Slave because it also won a couple of my other Fleming Awards. It won Director and Best Supporting Actor and Best Supporting Actress.
Yes, which is a breakout role for Lupita, who won Best Supporting Actress at the Academy Awards. But for some reason, the Academy felt like Steve McQueen did not deserve Best Director. They gave it to Alfonso Cuarón for Gravity.
I mean, my personal choice would have been Denis Villeneuve for Prisoners, but he wasn't nominated.
He was not nominated that year, and Prisoners is an incredible film. I think this movie has an incredible story, and it's based on a true story.
Yes.
I think Ejiofor gives an amazing performance. I think Michael Fassbender is completely
We
terrible,
won Best Supporting Actor for this.
but he's also incredible as along with Lupita. And I think it's a very inspirational and moving story, even though it is certainly a difficult film to watch.
Yes, yes. So, yes, this managed to win 8 awards at the Flemings. It also won Best British Film.
Mm-hmm.
It also won Best Score, Best Adapted Screenplay,
Okay.
Best Cast, Best Supporting Actor, Best Supporting Actress, Best Director, and obviously it won Best Film.
Ah.
Yeah, I'm surprised Zimmer didn't win for score because I can't remember anything Stephen Bryce has done for Gravity.
Yeah. What was I gonna say here about this? Yeah, I haven't rewatched this since I saw it, like back in around the Oscar time of the year this was up for, but definitely a powerful film.
Yes,
I
definitely.
prefer Widows, though, personally, from Steve McQueen's films.
I prefer his 5-part series on
Amazon, that was
Yeah.
incredible too. And I haven't seen his previous 2 films he did with Michael Fassbender.
They're meant to be really good. I know he's also got a 4-part documentary in the works, another war movie.
He's also got a film coming out with Saoirse Ronan.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that'll be good. He's a good director.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, and it's nice that my director's obviously Steve McQueen's won Best Director here. It's nice that the Best Director category here is more diverse than the Oscar one.
Yes, an African American has yet to win Best Director at the Academy Awards.
Or a British person from African or Caribbean descent.
Yeah, we've only had a Korean and a few Hispanic Latino directors.
And the Taiwanese, if you
Is
count.
that where Chloe Zhao?
No, Ang Lee is from Taiwan.
That's right, Ang Lee's Taiwanese.
Yeah. Chloe Zhao's part Chinese.
Yeah. No people of that color have yet to win Best Director. And I don't think a female of African or Caribbean descent's been nominated for an Academy Award for directing.
No, I don't think the director of the Marvels will win one anytime soon. But maybe if Regina King directed another film, she might get in.
I mean, I don't know. Nia DaCosta might get a better movie after the Marvels. I mean, I really enjoyed her. Her first film's quite good, and her Candyman movie was really good.
Yeah.
So I think she's got promise.
Yeah, she just needs the right project that isn't to do with Marvel characters.
She's not a Marvel director. I don't understand why Marvel is tapping big name directors that aren't suited for Marvel projects.
I thought Chloe Zhao did a good job with Eternals.
She did. She did. I mean, it certainly looked like a Chloe Zhao film, but again, I don't know necessarily if she's someone I would have tapped to direct a Marvel movie. You kind of need somebody who wants to make a Marvel movie.
Like James Gunn.
Like James Gunn, Ryan Coogler, who did a good job. He's a horrible person, but Josh Whedon was a good director for Marvel movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Taika was only lucky once.
Yeah, I guess his humor is just waning on people.
Yes. Yes. But going back to the list, my number 7 has a very similar comparison to 12 Years a Slave. Like, you can kind of watch both movies back to back if this it is. But yeah, this is from from a very well renowned filmmaker, and it's got a great cast and some fantastic scenes. Although I feel like it is a bit too long and does drag out in parts, but overall I think it's a great film, and it's Django Unchained.
Oh, you only have this at number 7? Yeah, that's higher.
Yes. Then what's your number 6?
My number 6, you already mentioned it. It's Yorgos Lanthimos' The Favorite, which has a very wickedly sharp screenplay. This movie is darkly funny. It's got amazing performance by Olivia Colman, and of course Rachel Weisz and Emma Stone are also incredible in this film as they're combating for favoritism towards the queen. Also, Nicholas Hoult is quite hilarious in this film too.
Yes,
It's
he's
just a
fantastic.
very funny and very entertaining film.
Yes, definitely. This was the movie that got me into Yorgos, and I remember watching this when I got it on DVD in 2020, and I went in thinking it was just going to be a standard, typical period drama, and boy, did it surprise me.
For sure, is anything but.
The first scene is a bunch of rich people watching ducks race each other. How
Yeah.
weird can you get?
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is I noticed that Yorgos is this is the start where he's letting Tony McNamara write the movies, and he's just making them look pretty.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, is this their first collaboration?
Yes, Tony McNamara and Deborah Davis won Best Original Screenplay. Yeah, this won 9. It also won Best British Film, along with Best Actress, Best Supporting Actress, Best Cast, Best Cinematography, Best Production Design, Best Costuming.
So which actress won supporting? Was it Rachel or Emma?
Emma.
Ah,
Spike Lee won Director.
as he should. Man's a legend.
I know, right? I know, right?
Yes.
But yeah, Yorgos. I I think he will win Best Director one day, but he just needs a couple more steps.
Yeah, I think he's got it in him. He directed my personal favorite film of 2023,
Same.
but you know, him and Emma are doing another project together, so we'll see what that is. I don't know if Tony's writing the screenplay for that one, but if he is,
I think he's involved.
so that's a good power trio there. Seems to be working.
Yes, and he's gotten Thomas Newman involved, so hopefully
Ooh,
there'll be a good collaboration with the two soon.
yeah.
Yeah, the favourite is fantastic. It's not one of my personal favourites, but I do consider it a masterpiece.
There you go.
Yes. And we can bounce on to your number 10 now, because my number 6 is Hacksaw Ridge.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, I don't really like Mel Gibson, but I think he is a very good director. And I think this is the best movie he has directed.
Oh,
I really love the style of the visual style he chooses because it feels like it's something out of the Dirty Dozen.
okay. Can
And I do
kind of
like,
see that.
and there's a really funny scene where he walks towards an unconscious soldier, and the soldier just gets up and starts screaming, and then just shot with like several guns, and it just feels like something out of a cartoon.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I'm a '90s baby. My personal favorite film of his that he's directed is Braveheart. Still.
Yeah, as somebody from Scottish heritage, I find that movie a little bit inaccurate.
Oh, I'm sure it is not historically accurate, but it's to me, it's still a very entertaining, powerful film.
Yes, it is. But I do like the story, but the story in Hacksaw Ridge because it kind of shows that you can still be in the army and not have to carry a weapon or like shoot a weapon.
Yeah, it's a very inspirational, true story, and it's powerful in that regard.
Yeah, yeah. I try and like tell people when I recommend it, like watch it more for Garfield.
Oh, Andrew Garfield's incredible. If it wasn't for Andrew Garfield, I don't know how watchable this movie would be for me.
Yes. But besides best film, it also won best adapted screenplay, best cinematography, best editing, best stunt team, and best sound.
Ah, wow.
Park Chan Wook won director for The Handmaiden.
Much better movie, in my opinion.
Yeah, I see what you mean. I need to see. I've seen Hacksaw Ridge twice. I need to see The Handmaiden again. But I'd like to rewatch Hacksaw Ridge at some point. Yeah. But yeah, what was your number 5?
My number 5, you've already mentioned it as well. And yes, it is a film particularly targeted mostly towards children since it's based off a children's book. But it's also this incredible director's love of cinema, and it's also a history lesson in silent cinema, and it's just a lovely, beautiful film about the imagination, and that's Martin Scorsese's Hugo.
Yes, which won 4 of my Fleming Awards. And they were for Best Film, of course, but also Best Emerging Talent for Chloe Grace Moretz, Best Production Design, and Best Cinematography.
All worthy wins. The movie looks incredible. I didn't get to see it in 3D, but the movie's great looking.
Yeah, I've only seen it once, but I reckon if I watched it again, it would be a bit more higher.
Yeah, you should have watched it again.
Yes, I need to. I need to. The best director winner was Lynn Ramsey. She is the first ever woman director winner now.
Yeah, that's a movie I still need to watch. Everyone says it's incredible.
It is incredible. Well, we'll make sure you check it out when we rank the Penny Marshall winners.
Okay.
Yeah, so that will be fun. Talking about the Penny Marshall Award winners. They're a very good group of movies. But yeah, Hugo's great. Hugo is fantastic. And Chloe Grace Moretz is fantastic too. I kind of wish. Who would you? When you think of Robert Richardson, what collaboration do you think of the most? His with Scorsese, or his with Oliver Stone, or his with Tarantino?
Oh, wow. It's definitely more Scorsese or Tarantino because I'm not even sure how many films he shot for Oliver Stone. And Oliver Stone's more hit or miss for me than those other two.
Yeah. Yeah. I think Oliver Stone's better at writing than directing, personally.
I think he's a very gifted director. I'm just having trouble remembering the last good movie he directed. Might have been World Trade Center.
Yeah. I need to see more of his movies to say. Yes. But my number 5 is that dark comedy that you said earlier. It's Three Billboards.
Yeah, I had a feeling this was in your top 5.
Well, I feel like Three Billboards is a good summary of how politics works.
Oh, I mean, yeah, of course. The ineffectiveness of local government and all governments, and especially the police force, and not doing what they need to do. Yeah. And it's also him examining small towns. This is small town in America where he would again play with this dynamic with Banshees of Inisherin, though that's in Ireland, but it's still kind of the same dynamic of the inner workings of small towns.
Yeah, it's weird that that he could make a small town in Missouri make feel like a town in Britain.
Well, see, that's what I was thinking about when I watched Banshees, is how he made a small town in Ireland feel like a small town in the south of America.
Yeah,
So, yeah, he's just a gifted writer and director. And I mean, Frances McDormand's incredible in this film, as is Sam Rockwell, as is Woody Harrelson.
and also Peter Dinklage.
Yeah, Peter Dinklage is quite good. He doesn't have a lot to do in the movie, but yeah, he's pretty good for what he's got in there.
Yeah, I always find it weird that Kerry Condon is in this film too.
Who's she in this film?
She's the woman Sam punches.
Oh, I didn't know that. Of course, I probably didn't know who she was back in
Yeah, and shout out
2017.
to the cinematographer Ben Davis for that incredible shot of him walking into the Billboards office and throwing the guy out the window.
Oh yeah, that guy. That guy actually not playing a scumbag in that movie, but he usually is so sleazy in movies.
He's okay in X-Men.
Yeah, he's Banshee, isn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah. But he
I
plays dirtbags really good.
yeah.
He was in a lot of Oscar movies that year because he's in Get Out and I think he's in the Florida Project.
Yes, he's in the Florida Project. He's Willem's son.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised I haven't heard much about him since.
Oh, he pops up in things here and then.
I only found out he's the little boy on the bike at the end of No Country.
Oh, that makes so much sense. Is he the one that has the line?
I think so.
That makes sense then.
Yeah, I think he is.
Okay.
So I remember I recently rewatched it and I was just because obviously Javier Bardem and Josh Brolin were both in that and they were both in Dune, so I thought I might as well watch No Countries.
Yeah, people were making jokes about Anti-Shigura and Josh Brolin being buddies now because they're on the same side in Dune.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, overall, Three Billboards is a fantastic movie. So I have a feeling what your top 3 is going to be, but what's your number 4?
My number 4, you have also already mentioned. He is one of the most gifted directors of his generation. It's not one of my personal favorite films of his, but it's very entertaining. It has incredible performances from Christoph Waltz, a deliciously entertaining performance by Leonardo DiCaprio as the villain. Of course, Samuel L. Jackson is always good. He's the perfect actor for a Tarantino film. And Jamie Foxx does a very solid job of being the lead character in this film. And it's got a great soundtrack, of course. It's a Tarantino film. And that's Django Unchained.
Oh, sorry, I forgot to read out the other Fleming Awards for Three Billboards. I was do that.
Go ahead.
Right,
What else?
so it won Best Film, Best Actress, Best Supporting Actor for Rockwell, Best Cast, Best Original Screenplay, and Best Cinematography, and Best British Film.
Is it just because Martin McDonough is British?
No, it's because it's by the Film 4 studio.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, I don't think they filmed it in England.
No, it was produced by Film 4.
Gotcha.
It's Channel 4 in the UK's film. They
Gotcha.
have their own channel to do films on too.
Who won Best Director?
Nolan did for Dunkirk.
Oh.
But yes, going back to Django, which Tarantino won director for too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I think this was probably my last favorite proper Tarantino film. I remember watching it and I thought like there was a point where the movie like was going to end, and then it carried on for another half an hour.
Where did you think it was going to end?
When after two of the main characters get killed.
Yeah, but he's got to go back and get rid of everybody else.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I love when Tarantino rewrites history, and Glorious Bastards is still my personal favorite of the, I guess, trilogy.
I prefer that to Django.
Yeah, and this would be third in the rewriting history trilogy. I would put Once Upon a Time Hollywood second, but this is still a fantastic film. And that's just so entertaining that he kills all the racist slave owner people.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's a love story. Like Tarantino doesn't normally do a love story, but he does a love story in this one. And it's a buddy movie too.
Yes, Christoph Waltz is fantastic. Leonardo DiCaprio just steals the spotlight. Samuel L. Jackson is a horrible piece of poo. And there's also other supporting players that are fantastic.
Yeah, there's a lot of recognizable actors that either have been in previous Tarantino films or are just showing up and giving some great scenes.
I sometimes wonder if Tarantino's about a 21 Jump Street because he has Jonah Hill in one film and Channing Tatum in the other.
He did. Also, the Jonah Hill scene is so hilarious of them basically making fun of Birth of a Nation with that scene.
Yeah, that was hilarious. But yeah, Django has won 5 awards in total, and they are for best film, best director, best supporting actor, but for Leonardo DiCaprio, best cast, and best original screenplay.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're good, solid wins.
Yeah, those are all good wins for this film.
Yeah, does one of the group members said that the overall you'll probably have to check it again, but he thought it was one of the weaker years we did. I think Django Unchained is on average probably the best film of 2012. I'll have more.
Remember what else was nominated that year.
Yeah, well, Argo didn't win any.
Well, I love Argo.
Yeah, it was mostly Django, Skyfall, Les Mis, Zero Dark 30, or Life of Pi.
Well, I love Skyfall. I love Zero Dark 30. I actually really like Les Mis quite a bit, despite some of the criticisms it has. And Life of Pi is a very good movie.
Yeah, exactly.
But I guess out of those, I would give it to Django.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I would give it to Django, although my personal favorite is Skyfall.
Skyfall's fantastic.
Yes. All right. Thank you, Cody. We are going to go on to my number 4, which is the only film outside of the UK and the US to win This film I literally thought was going to be like a hype, but rewatching it a couple of times recently has made me kind of have a lot more appreciation for it. And it's Bong Joon-ho's masterpiece, Parasite.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a bit more higher?
It's a bit higher for me.
Then what's your number 3?
Well, my number 3 is also in your top 3. It's by one of your favoriteest directors, and this is his blank check that secured him to make any passion project or film he ever wants to make the rest of his life, because after the success of The Dark Knight, this film was hugely successful. It's incredibly imaginative. It has an amazing score. It has a great setup and premise. It's got an all-star amazing cast. And it was his best. He hadn't made a film that was as good as this film till recently when he won the Academy Award for Oppenheimer. And that's Christopher Nolan's Inception.
I think Interstellar, Dunkirk, and Tenet are all solid.
Look, he hasn't made a bad movie, but I think Oppenheimer's his best film since Inception.
Oh, definitely. I've been saying that to people as well. But yeah, Inception is a lot higher. Is a little bit more higher. But I'm assuming we can talk about one that you've rated a little bit lower than me. That's fine. That's fine. I just really like this movie for the way it's structured, for the way it's told, and it just a film that makes me love the whole concept of filmmaking and cinema, and it's Inarritu's Birdman.
Yeah, I think it's an interesting concept. I love the whole use of the camera. I love that Michael Keaton is basically playing a very highly fictionalized version of himself. I like that Edward Norton is kind of playing a fictionalized version of himself in this movie too. I was just more team Boyhood that year. I prefer Boyhood over this film,
I understand.
but it's still a very well made movie. Probably one of Inarritu's better films. Again, I think he's talented, but he's my least favorite out of the three amigos.
I get you because his other films besides Birdman are a little bit hit or miss.
Mm-hmm.
Apart from his first one's fantastic.
Yeah, I still need to see that one. I haven't seen that one, and I haven't seen Babel.
Babel's okay.
21 grams is fine, and The Revenant's pretty decent. Bardo is fine.
Yeah, I would say that about Bardo. It was fine. I didn't love it as much as Justin did.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Birdman won Best Film, Best Actor for Michael Keaton, Best Cast, Best Original Screenplay, and Best Cinematography.
Well, it definitely deserved Best Cinematography, and I'm glad you did something the Academy didn't by giving Michael Keaton an award for Best Actor, because he should have gotten the Oscar.
No disrespect to Eddie Redmayne, but that was more his breakout role. He doesn't have like he's not as experienced as Michael Keaton.
No, and I'm sure he's going to have plenty of great performances later down the road. Whereas this is like a career all-time performance for Michael Keaton.
Definitely.
It's like a summation of his career as an actor.
Yeah, but Richard Linklater won for Boyhood.
Yay!
Yes, and I was happy that Gone Girl won Best Adapted Screenplay because I think that film's underrated.
It is. It's one of Fincher's best films. I think it's a masterpiece.
Yeah.
It's a trashy masterpiece.
A trashy masterpiece. All right. What's your number 3? No,
You
what's
mean
your
my number 2?
Number 2, that was it.
My Silver? You already mentioned it. It's one of the most incredible, innovative films of the last decade. You know, it made history by being the first international film to win Best Picture. Uh, you know, definitely themes Bong Joon-ho has played with in his other films. But I just love how he concepts this film. It kind of starts out as a dark comedy, but then slowly turns into a thriller. And then it's also a social commentary on income inequality, which is something we can all relate to. I mean, this is very much a it is very much akin to a Coen Brothers movie in a lot of ways, and maybe that's why I love it.
That's how
But
I see Three Billboards. A bit
Three
like the film
Billboards
that
is
was.
also very much like a Coen Brothers film as well. But yeah, Parasite number 2 for me.
Yes, number four for me. I do think this movie is fantastic. I remember first watching and thought this is really good, and my mum popped in to see me on the ending scene, and then I ended up like watching it again when I was trying to get more see Bong Joon Ho's other movies. I've seen all of his movies. Can't wait for Mickey 17.
I still need to see his first film in Mother,
Oh, Barking Dogs Never Bite is hilarious.
but I've seen all of his other movies and pretty much think they're all great.
Yes, definitely, definitely. But yeah, he also won Best Director, and I think it's a hard race as it's between him and Sam Mendes.
Mm, yeah.
Both fantastic directors, although Bong's a bit more artistic, whereas Sam knows how to get good performances out of his actors.
Yeah, that's that theater directing.
Yes, yes. But besides director and film, also won Best Supporting Actor for Song Kang Ho, the dad of the poor family.
Yes, yes, he's definitely one of the most recognizable Korean actors. He's worked with all the big directors in South Korea.
Park and Bong.
Park and Bong, and also I'm forgetting the director's name, but he directed The Good, the Bad, and the Weird, and he directed the Schwarzenegger film where he was a sheriff, and I think he directed the horror film something. Is it The Tale of Two Sisters? Or
Oh, him. I've been meaning to explore him.
yeah, he's another.
Yeah.
I think he directed I Saw the Devil too,
Nice. I've been
which
meaning to
is
check that one out
which
too.
is an incredible film. So yeah, he's worked with all the bigs over there.
Yes. And he also won for screenplay original and also won production design and
Oh
international
yeah,
movie.
yeah,
Bong Joon Ho did a fantastic job at this movie, and I really think that Parasite is a film that will go down in history as one of the best.
absolutely, absolutely, all timer.
Yeah, definitely. All right, Cody, I think this is your number one. This is my favorite of the films from the franchise. I am so psyched for the sequel because it looks like what this movie is a live action Wile Coyote and Roadrunner movie. This is Mad Max Fury Road.
Oh yeah, that is my number one. It is one of the most incredibly shot films of the past decade. I mean, I can't believe a 70-year-old man directed this. This is some of the most action packed, incredible sequences ever put to a film. And it's so amazing that this movie works so well when it's almost a silent film except for all the noise. There's hardly any dialogue in this movie. It's just pure adrenaline and action.
Yes, yes. And even though it's a Mad Max movie, Mad Max is a supporting player in the story.
Yeah, which I thought Tom Hardy did a great job, even though supposedly him and Charlize Theron did not get along, and she's incredible. But yeah, how gracious of this being a built-in franchise with a character that's basically the audience surrogate, but he's taking a back seat to this other bigger story. and allowing these women to be the hero of the story.
Yes, yes. This is what I keep trying to tell Justin because he keeps saying that if Charlize was nominated, she'd be nominated for supporting actress, not lead.
She's the lead of the story.
Yeah, that's what I keep trying to tell him, but he's like, no, this is a Mad Max movie. Max is the lead.
I mean, I guess they're technically co-leads, but he's basically there. He's the audience surrogate. So I can kind of see that, but really it is her story. Because she's
Yes,
trying to get these women out of this horrible situation and to freedom. He just kind of gets stuck there and then ends up helping them.
exactly. That's what I've been trying to tell Justin. I just don't know the right words to put it to him.
Also, another good performance by Nicholas Hoult in here.
Yes, yes, he is the star of these movies. But besides Best Film, sadly, George Miller did not win Best Director. That went to your mate in the read too.
Boo!
Um,
Academy got that one wrong too. It should have went to George Miller.
fair enough. It's just oh yeah, and Tom Hardy won for supporting actor, but he won for The Revenant.
Also, can't understand a word he's saying in that film either.
Yeah, but Charlize Theron won Best Actress for Mad Max Fury Road. No disrespect to Brie Larson, I just think the voters thought Charlize did a better job. But Jacob Tremblay won Best Emerging Talent.
As he should have. He was amazing in that film. He's the lead of the movie.
Exactly. But Mad Max also won Best Editing, Best Production Design, Best Costuming, Best Hair and Makeup, Best Stunt Team, Best Visual Effects, and Best Sound.
Yep, it deserved all of those.
Yes, and I'm pretty sure if we had an Australian film category, it would win that by a landslide.
Absolutely. And yes, I cannot wait for Furiosa. And I think it's technically a prequel.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It looks fantastic, and it's got the Hacksaw Ridge cinematographer doing the cinematography because John Seale's retired.
Mm.
Yeah, John Seal has won before, but he didn't win. But Lubetzky won for The Revenant.
I mean, he's a really good cinematographer.
Exactly. Exactly. And now we're on to my number one, which which has no introduction. Inception, which is my favorite film ever.
Ever? It's your favorite film ever now.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So
It was when I rewatched this going into cinema. It just kind of gave me a whole crisis of conflict with like my favorite films. So I just thought, yeah, Inception sounds about right.
So this is not only your favorite Nolan film, it's your favorite film of all time right now.
Yes. Yes.
What
And
why is it your favorite film of all time?
well, I just think it's a very good original concept, and it's got a really well written story that doesn't just kind of feels complex, but is also kind of straightforward. As the undertone is all about a man struggling with the death of his wife, and although I do congratulate Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross for doing a tremendous job with the social network score, and they do deserve the Fleming, but Hans Zimmer scored the shit out of this movie.
Well, yeah, it's a great score and it's got a great cast. And it's a
Yes.
fun movie. It's probably Nolan's most entertaining movie.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. Because it also has a bit of James Bond and a bit of Satoshi Kon's Paprika
Mm-hmm.
and a bit of
So
bit of sci-fi.
So should Tom Hardy's character from Inception and Robert Pattinson's character from Tenet team up in a movie?
They should. I'd love to see see the adventures of Neil and Eames. Yes, that would be fun. The adventures of Neil and Eames. Now there were times where I thought, oh, what if Tenet is a sequel to Inception?
They do feel similar, don't they?
Yeah, And Inception, sadly, Nolan didn't win director. It was Fincher.
Yeah.
Here's a surprise
Justice.
win. When going back to Inarritu, Javier Bardem won Best Actor for Bitterful.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
And it also won cinematography, editing, production design, stunt team, visual effects, and sound, and Best British Film.
Okay.
Yes. Black Swan won Best Original Screenplay.
Interesting.
That was my biggest surprise of the 2010 Flemings.
Yeah.
But yeah, shall we go through them one last time?
Sure.
My number 10 is 12 Years a Slave.
My number 10 is Hacksaw Ridge.
My number 9 is The Favourite.
My number 9 is Birdman.
My number 8 is Hugo.
My number 8 is 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri.
My number 7 is Django Unchained.
My number 7 is 12 Years a Slave.
My number 6 is Hacksaw Ridge.
My number 6 is The Favorite.
My number 5 is 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri.
My number 5 is Hugo.
My number 4 is Parasite.
My number 4 is Django Unchained.
My number 3 is Birdman.
My number 3 is Inception.
My number 2 is Mad Max.
My number 2 is Parasite.
And my number 1 is Inception.
And my number 1 is Mad Max Fury Road.
Nice. Sweet. So the question I wanted to ask you is, do you see a pattern in any of these winners?
Do I see a pattern? So let's see. There is a pattern for sure with the Inception and the Mad Max both being heavy special effects genre pictures. We definitely have some social commentary films with 12 Years a Slave and Parasite and 3 Billboards.
Yeah.
So those 3 have some common shared ground. There's sort of a meta-ness with Birdman and Hugo.
Yeah.
And then what is left? That's just Django.
Hacksaw Ridge and The Favourite.
Yeah, those are all kind of their own thing.
Yeah, well, they're all kind of well, Django is definitely historical fiction.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine The Favourite and Hacksaw Ridge are 100% accurate.
I'm sure they're not. The Favorite definitely is not 100% accurate.
Yeah.
I'm sure Hacksaw Ridge took some liberties as well.
Yeah. Yeah, and we got some good directors.
Yeah, I guess they're all at least big name directors.
Yeah, and one actor director, although he didn't act in his movie.
That's probably on purpose for this film.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, he puts the son in it instead.
Is his son in the film? I didn't know that.
Yeah, his son Milo is one of the soldiers.
Okay. Well, he has a lot of kids.
I'm assuming that's probably one of his older kids.
I would assume. I forget how many kids he has with his ex-wife, and then I think he had a kid with another lady that was one of his infamous voicemail issues.
He has too many problems.
Yes, he's a very problematic man, and somehow he has not gotten completely canceled for it. But he is talented, despite being a horrible, horrible human being.
Yeah, definitely. I can't forgive the stuff he said in the past, really.
No, it's racism and anti-Semitism is not cool.
No, it's not.
Nor is verbal abuse or intent to harm someone.
Or drunk and disorderly either.
Nope.
But yeah, I'm also happy that Parasite won because there has been a couple of other international winners of best film.
That's good, yeah, because I mean, great films are great films no matter where they come from.
Yeah, and sometimes when I look, I also find it weird how in this one, normally the director and the best film don't really like match up.
Yeah, that is interesting. You'd think they go hand in hand.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. But yeah, yeah. So yeah, we'll do the 2000s next week.
All right, I gotta go look and see what all won again.
Yes, 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 yes. But thank you for doing this with me, Cody. Cody, I'm glad that you do enjoy all 10 of these movies just like I do, and
Yeah,
I'm glad that the members of the group are picking the right winners. But if you want to join the Facebook group, everybody watching, make sure you go on Facebook and type in Fleming Film Awards Group 2. We had to I had to start a new group from scratch because the original group somehow got deleted. I don't know why, but we're slowly building the group back, and I think it's gotten better now. We're actually voting on the whole awards, making it feel a bit more fair and getting everybody to have their say.
yeah,
Yeah,
sounds good.
you've been having fun with the redos.
They've been fun. I'm kind of glad the 70s is a little less overwhelming with the picks. Makes it a little easier.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Because I feel like now because there's a lot more like ways to explore movies. There's a lot to decide, and yeah, it's hard to pick. But with the '70s movies, you kind of know what the top ones are, whether they've been nominated for Oscars or not.
Yeah. Well, that's the luxury of living in decades after movies come out. You kind of know like the staying power of what films have, because like you know, with the 2020, even the 2010s, we're not sure where the dust settles on some of these movies, but some of those movies are definitely going to live on forever.
Yeah, yeah. Because even when I've done so I restarted with the year 2020 first, and it's weird like how like Sound of Metal and other movies like still won in the categories they won for in the Oscars. I was overall happy with the best film winner. So it should have won Best Picture, and that's Promising Young Woman.
Yeah, that was an incredible movie. I think Sound of Metal is also an incredible film, though.
Definitely, definitely, they're both incredible movies. But yes, hopefully when the 2020s are finished and we're still doing this, we'll get to rank those.
Yeah, be interesting to see where it goes. Yeah, it just makes it hard when you have a year like this past year where almost every film nominated was worthy of a win.
Yeah, I kind of hope it continues. Same with last year.
Yeah. It,
Yeah, but yeah, let's. But yes, so if you're watching this, let me know how you'd rank these 10 movies in the comments down below. Give us a like and subscribe, and if you want more content on YouTube, make sure you check out our other videos. Me and Cody will be doing this more often, and I'll try and find a new episode of 30 on 30 to do.
Yeah. What have you done? We've done Forrest Gump, you did Ace Ventura, and you've done Interview with the Vampire so far?
Yes, I've been meaning to do a Pulp Fiction one with my friend Chris, and I want to do one on Chunking Express and Leon the Professional at some point.
Yes. Pulp Fiction, that's awesome. And Leon's a great film, and I want to watch Chunking Express because I need to see that.
It's awesome too.
That's what I've heard.
Sweet. Well, thank you very much for doing this with me, Cody. And thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all again real soon. Bye-bye.
Bye. Always a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
It's always a pleasure too, Cody. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.